going on, everyone? This is the Popcorn Hero Show. I am Armando. With me, as always, is Pedro.
Hello, hello.
Back for the first time, Mike.
Hey.
And God's gift, Orlando.
Yo.
What's up, man?
You okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, what isn't wrong with him?
That's a good point.
All right, kids. Today, I wanted to talk about the recent news that happened this week of the cancellation of Punisher and Jessica Jones.
Terrible news. Terrible,
R.I.P.
terrible.
R.I.P.
Indeed.
Jessica Jones? Nah, was the second season good?
It was okay.
I can live without Jessica Jones. The Punisher, though? Fuck, that shit hurts.
I bet Luke Cage hurt you when that happened.
The second season wasn't all that good.
Really?
It wasn't bad, but it still wasn't as good as the first half of season one.
What really hurt was Daredevil.
Actually, no, I'm lying. I did like the second season. I'm lying. It had the yardies in it. I loved it. Nah. I love that shit. I forgot. Damn, that one hurt. Yeah. Iron Fist is what I didn't care for. Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, it wasn't bad, but I don't mind the loss. It'll be fine.
Yeah, what really hurts for me is Daredevil. Daredevil season 3 was fucking on point, man.
Daredevil was good the entire way. That shit didn't miss.
And it ended on a flawless note. Because
Yeah, sure.
me and Armando always say that they always get 13 episodes, and we always felt with every show that the 13 episodes was too long.
Too long.
It's always 3 episodes too long. 10 is always a good sweet spot.
Yeah.
But Daredevil season 3 was the only one that I felt did the 13 pretty fucking good.
Yeah, even season 2 for me, I felt the 13 was still... Daredevil was the only one I enjoyed watching every single episode.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I dislike season 2 of Daredevil a lot.
The entire season?
I like the first half, but not the second half.
Nah, you're crazy.
So you like the Punisher half, but you don't like the Elektra half.
Yeah, the lecture half was pretty bad.
It wasn't really... It was like 3 arcs, though. It was Punisher, then Elektra, then The Hand.
And I didn't like that.
Nah, I love... Season 2 was the... Other than Punisher season 1 and Daredevil season 3, season 2 of Daredevil was the best.
No, season 3 was the best of Daredevil.
Not like the Punisher season better.
No way, dude. Daredevil season 3 was flawless. Like every single episode in season 3 of Daredevil was necessary. The character development, the way it flowed, I was never bored. When I watched Punisher, we're gonna talk about it soon, guys. Stay tuned for our review of Punisher season 2. But I was very tired of there's parts that there's a lot of lull in Punisher, and I didn't really like that.
Agreed.
And Punisher season 2, or
Yeah.
Season 1
There was a lull in
overall was
both.
better. Punisher definitely needed less episodes.
I'm gonna tell you right now what was missing from season 2: Micro.
They did need Micro.
The side characters were slacking, dude.
That's weird. They didn't bring up Micro.
No, because he's with his family.
They did
Happily
bring
ever
him
after.
up. I think they kind of mentioned him in like the beginning or something like that.
I don't maybe, but
they
it was so forgettable.
it was. She whatever the new girl's name, she's no Micro.
Hell
His new
no.
buddy. I mean, if they would do like another season 3 and then him have another buddy, I would have got tired of it if it wasn't gonna be Micro.
Yeah, like a revolving door of buddies.
Yeah, that shit doesn't really make any sense after.
All right, let's say this for the podcast review of Punisher season 2 coming
I
to you.
fell out of all those Marvel Netflix shows after Defenders. I didn't watch any
Defenders
seasons. I stopped at Daredevil season 2, Jessica Jones season 1, Luke Cage season 1. I didn't watch Iron Fist season 1 because I heard it was garbage.
Yeah, there's no point. You didn't need to.
And
Yeah, you did for season 2. Season 2 was better than season 1.
I heard it was better.
I don't think you need to watch season 1 to watch season 2.
Yeah, you do. What?
All right, you want to know what you need to know for season 1? For season 1, Danny Rand, a rich kid who got lost when his parents died in a plane crash, lived his entire childhood as a monk, training to be the Iron Fist. He ends up getting the Iron Fist. He moves to New York, and that's it. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Nothing about him owning a company.
And nothing about his best friend while he was a monk that ends up becoming a pretty important character in season 2.
But in season 2, they bring it up again, so you don't really need to know. The entire season 2 is a plotline of them, so you don't really need to know that. You could, as soon as he's introduced in season 2, you know who he is. You find out who he is.
You don't need to know about how his relationship with Connie came about, his relationship with Ward, his relationship with what's the other girl that I hated? The
blonde girl?
No, Ward's sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
Funny enough, Ward was the best character out of the secondaries.
Yeah, he got better in season 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, essentially character development. They gave it to him.
Yeah,
but that's all you need to know about season 1.
So yeah,
that's
man,
literally everything you need to know. You need to watch 13 episodes of that.
Isn't it crazy that the fucking Netflix cinematic Marvel universe only lasted 4 years?
Honestly, that's 4 years longer than I thought it was going to last. When they first announced it, I'm like, Daredevil? I had no faith in any of these characters. I mean, all we had was Ben Affleck, so I had no faith in Daredevil.
Okay.
Luke Cage was untested on screen. People didn't really care as much. These characters weren't that popular.
They weren't popular, but for me, I was excited about it because it was something different, something different, something new. But as soon as the Defenders ended, I was like, this shit went to hell. And I didn't expect anything more from it, starting from that point.
I figured they could have bounced back. I thought they might do a season 2 of Defenders, but obviously season 1 was that trash. It's better that they didn't, but I don't know. Like I said, when they first announced it, they're like, it's not even like B heroes. They were pulling out the C heroes to do shows with, so I had no faith in any of that.
Well, I don't. Would you consider Daredevil a C level character?
I would say
Daredevil's the only probably B hero.
I would say he's B. Everybody else for sure is C.
Yeah, Daredevil's probably definitely B.
He's like, street level hero. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like, I'm someone who fell off way before the recent seasons. I think the strongest season out of all of them was like Jessica Jones season 1 was probably the strongest in my opinion.
No way.
Daredevil comes after, but I really like season 1. Maybe because I like David Tennant so much, his character as a Purple Man. But yeah, I really did enjoy Jessica Jones season 1 a lot better than Daredevil's 2 seasons. But Daredevil was really strong. I really like Luke Cage as well, but
Luke Cage's first half of season 1 was fucking amazing with Cottonmouth.
But it's
what's that?
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, such a great villain.
You put him in anything and it's already like fuck, amazing. So, and that's also as good as Luke Cage season 1. But it just got a little bit too corny towards the end of it.
Yeah, the second half was terrible.
Yeah, agreed.
Once they had the actual villain or whatever, and even with Mariah switching and becoming part-time villain.
Yeah, I felt the problem with that was they were going for like that cheesy Shaft vibe, and they just went way too far into it.
Yeah, by the end it was too over the top. For something to be grounded in realism, they were doing too much.
Yeah,
it was too bad.
One of the things that the Netflix show never capitalized on was like the events of the Marvel shows. Granted, it's in there, but it's very sprinkled in. And I always thought like, given that Marvel's the universe is all connected, I figured like it'd be more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like more heavy, like handed on the.
I mean, what it comes down to is how much Kevin Feige hates Jeff Loeb, which is the head of Marvel Television. So Kevin Feige would never let him play in his universe. The TV and the movie side are completely separate businesses. You know what I'm saying? So as much as the TV side wanted to be like, hey, include me, please. Put me in, coach. It would never happen. So that's what they always mentioned it. But in the end, Kevin Feige is like, I don't give a fuck who you have or what you have or if that actor's good or not. You're never gonna play in my side. And I think Kevin Feige was kind of forced to do it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for like the first 2 seasons, maybe some shit like that. Because after that, they never came out again. But like I don't think Kevin Feige would ever allow that to happen, and that's why now for the Disney Plus streaming service that's gonna come out, it's the first time Kevin Feige is actually doing shows with his characters. He's not touching anybody else's characters. He's touching his own characters that he has created and introduced, and that's being literally integrated into the MCU. That is part of the MCU, but he would never let anybody else come in and play with his shit.
I mean, I understand not using like the characters that are already established, but at least have more than just references, something bigger, because...
And that's what everybody wanted from that.
Yeah, something just a lot bigger. I mean, we all talked about the Avengers having a quick shot of New York and Daredevil was fighting somebody, like a villain or two. We always wanted something like similar to that. Even like at the end of Infinity War, where you have Samuel Jackson's character and somebody, I think his character vanishes, right?
Maria Hill and Sam Jackson.
Yeah,
disappear.
exactly. So something like that, but it's Daredevil or something, or someone close to Daredevil, one of his like colleagues or some shit. Something that connects it all together, but I understand that, but I just figured like at least like have the same thread going on, same story beats.
But in Kevin Feige's eyes, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I get it.
It doesn't hurt him.
I get
it doesn't make or break his shit,
But the audience, I just thought it'd be kind of cool.
Fuck yeah, that would have been amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think if it was a different head of television, I think that they probably would have, Kevin Feige would have maybe allowed that to happen. Maybe would have played with it more. But since he hates Geoff Love so much, like he's like, fuck that guy, I'm not gonna let him do anything with my shit.
So now that it's all over, will you guys miss the Netflix shows as a whole?
Absolutely. I did look forward to seeing those shows like a couple times a year or whatever. Whenever they announced it, I was always excited when the shows came on. I always made sure I would either watch it that weekend or within the first couple of days.
Yes, I will miss it. I just I really wanted the Heroes for Hire. I mean, I've mentioned that shit over and over again. Like, I would love for them to have done one more season and just fucking do Luke Cage and Iron Fist together and do Heroes for Hire, and that's it. Like, I would have loved them to end on that. And I guess we're never gonna see that now. Daredevil, I definitely am gonna miss that show. Jessica Jones, depending on how well, let's start say that. How well you guys gonna think is Jessica Jones gonna be? Like, how good you think that's gonna show? Is it gonna be good, bad, shitty?
Talking about the upcoming season, the third one,
season 3 of Jessica Jones.
Officially the last season of this universe.
I think it's gonna be okay.
I think it'll be good. I don't think it'll be as good as the first season because, like Orlando said, David Tennant like really fucking killed it. Unless they put him as another reoccurring character for this season. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen either. But
they can't. I don't see them outdoing him as a villain.
It'll be like milking him.
Yeah, they kind of fucked up in killing off their greatest villain. But
yeah, they did.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to season 3, but I'll definitely watch it just because it's the last one and I've watched everything else. Might as well fucking watch this. But yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully they somehow, some way, there's better incarnations of them. I guess bigger budgets.
You saw that? I guess Hulu was saying they would consider taking the Netflix shows.
I haven't seen that.
Well, if they did that, I'd still be down to watch. If they could continue that, I'd still be down to watch.
Continue the storylines that have been established in the Netflix shows, or just like the actors, or what?
Continue the storylines that have been established on the Netflix shows.
Yeah, I've already checked out. So I mean, now that it's all over, I'm not surprised, and nor do I I'm looking forward to coming back. If anything, I would have probably kept watching Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Everything else would have been like a maybe. It's just I don't watch that much TV anyway, so then when I do make time for TV, it's something I have to really, really enjoy. So the whole Netflix universe didn't really pull me in, so there's no reason for me to stay. And now with Umbrella Academy, and it's a really good show. Netflix already has its own superhero show, so it's just
Netflix a year or two ago they signed that deal with Mark Miller of the Miller Universe, so they have superhero shows coming soon. They didn't really need this deal anymore.
Yeah, the Miller Universe is gonna have a lot of shit. A lot of shit. They got, what was it, Kick-Ass, Nemesis. I forgot what the other one, there was a Shazam ripoff. It's pretty much what if all these heroes were assholes. That's Mark Miller's vibe every time.
So there's gonna be a lot of heroes for that, So they did what they needed to do. A smart business decision if you think about it. Canceling the Netflix shows, they were licensing these characters. They were licensing it from Marvel. They were paying Marvel the fee to make these characters, and on top of that, they were paying for the production of the shows. So they were paying a lot of money to make this shit happen. So business wise, they don't own it. They don't own any of this. So they prefer
and they have
owning it.
limited creative input because they have to tread lightly what they write, who they involve, because then if someone is in the MCU, they can't add that person in.
Yeah.
And such. Yeah, so it makes sense to get out. I mean, it's good for them in terms of hey, especially now with Umbrella Academy, kind of hey, Netflix universe is over, but we actually have more superhero shows coming, and check out this great other show that's happening right now.
But I mean, is Umbrella Academy better than the Netflix shows?
It's super different. I know you haven't seen Umbrella Academy, right?
I'm like episode 5, so I'm
Okay.
halfway.
Umbrella
Even-
Academy is pretty much just a family drama wrapped in a in a superhero
It's
skin.
barely
So
like a superhero show.
Yeah, I wouldn't even compare it to the same, but I kind of get what you're saying. There's potential for other things, you know, that fill in that hole.
But if you do notice, the Umbrella Academy has a way bigger budget than any of the Netflix shows because that shit looks amazing.
I mean, I think
Does it?
Yeah, Pogo, their butler, that guy looks awesome. It looks
does-
straight out of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he does look pretty good. You're right.
he looks pretty good, but he also looks like he doesn't belong there. Like in some cases, like when like he's acting against another actual like person. But yeah, I don't think Umbrella Academy is better than the
It's not.
Netflix universe, but I feel like it's different. It's just different. Like it's more gritty. Everything else in that universe is super gritty, super dark, and this is kind of like more light. It's like more like easier to swallow.
I think Umbrella is just more like wackier. Like it's embracing the wackiness. So that's why it's super
Yeah.
different.
I guess.
So,
Wait, one last thing.
okay.
What are you? I'm sorry. What were you gonna mention?
No, I was going to go right to Disney Plus.
Okay, so before you hit that, since Netflix canceled this, the initial contract they had with Disney, Netflix. I mean, with the Disney Netflix contract that happened when Netflix accepted this deal with Disney about creating these shows. Marvel, if it, let's say the stuff which Mike just mentioned that Hulu might pick it up, that's not gonna happen. But let's say that if it did, it'll continue. But since I do not believe that's not gonna happen at all, Marvel can't touch these characters for the next 2 years.
I heard that. I was just reading an
So,
article about that today.
As soon as Jessica Jones drops, that's it. They can't touch any of those characters for 2 years.
They can't touch any of the Defenders, essentially, for at least 2 years. Yeah.
In as far as TV or just
in anything.
really?
In TV, movies, like any of that, because Netflix
Damn, that sucks.
technically owns it for that.
Daredevil's not going to be in anything.
Yeah. So them saying that they'll be back in the future, it's totally going to be a reboot 2 or 3 years from now, kind of like how they pulled the Andrew Garfield with Spider-Man. It's like, hey, it's only been 2 years.
That still hurts.
If that,
Andrew Garfield.
and it's like, wait, what? Okay. Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
It makes sense business wise, but I think that's actually a good thing because you don't have them jumping up to like you don't have Daredevil coming in with a completely brand new actor next year. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives you a palate cleanser for 2 years to kind of like, okay, I get it out of my system. I could watch this whenever I want on Netflix, but these are the new incarnations and I'm ready for it essentially.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's probably better that way. Like give Marvel already has so much characters already under its belt, and they have to now introduce like the Fox characters that they just got back the rights to. So they have a lot on their plate. So it's like you're not gonna miss Daredevil. You're not gonna miss Jessica Jones.
I'm going to miss Daredevil. What are you talking about? Like you become invested in the stories.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Charlie Cox is a phenomenal Daredevil.
I get you, but then give it like next year where like you're gonna eventually probably see Wolverine introduced in the MCU. Like probably played by like a young ass actor, or Daniel Radcliffe supposedly. Like
I hope they don't do. I hope that rumor's a well, that rumor is a lie, but still.
He has the height for it, though.
How tall is Daniel Radcliffe?
I think he's 5'8".
Shit, he definitely has the height for it. He's
Yeah.
perfect. But I mean, I don't know. Wolverine could be anybody. They can always find somebody to play Wolverine. But like for instance, what's his name? John Bernthal is Punisher. I don't see how they can find someone better than him to play Punisher. Because like, especially in like season 2, he just cements the whole Frank, like his version of Frank Castle. I think is the best version I've ever seen.
I can't shake every time he's fucking walking. He has this walk.
Yeah, he has like this whole swagger to him.
Yeah, because every time he's fucked up, he kind of does this weird little like like this Frankenstein hop. I'm like, he's fucked up when he starts doing that walk, which is every scene because he's always fucked up.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Back to an old reference. Daniel Radcliffe is actually 5'5".
Shit, even better.
Fuck. There you go. Come on, bub.
But then he's gonna have like an accent. I've never heard him speak without the accent.
He does a pretty good American
He
accent.
does a really good American accent.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, Disney Plus, the future of Marvel shows, for the more family friendly ones. So
The MCU one related.
Right, exactly. The ones that aren't going to be raunchy. And we'll get to the raunchy ones in a minute. But so for Disney Plus, they got Loki announced. It's actually bringing back Tom Hiddleston miniseries. What do you guys think about that one?
I'm down for it.
Not gonna watch it.
What do you think, Orlando?
He
Loki
died.
show.
Let him die.
Nah, I don't know. I think I'm pretty excited for it, especially like if it's all about him, all of his crazy antics and his like looniness, and like, you know, Loki's like a shapeshifter, right? Back in like, so maybe they can introduce that power, because obviously he's gonna come back from the dead probably, and maybe if he comes back, like he gets reborn with new powers. So
I'm
that'd be
starting
pretty
to get like
interesting.
superheroed out. Like there's superhero shows everywhere now. Between the shows and the movies, that shit is too much to keep up with at this point.
I feel like we had this conversation years ago, and then you're still not tired of it.
Nah,
Because we're always waiting for it to peak. And
I'm
my
feeling it.
hypothesis was always the peak at Infinity War. So we'll see.
Nah,
'Cause-
now I don't even want to keep up with all this stuff anymore. Like the Netflix ones, I'm already invested in, so yeah. But like, I want to watch Cloak and Dagger. I'm probably never gonna watch that. All the other stuff it's too much. On top of just regular shows you actually want to watch, there's like a new superhero show every month.
All right, so the other one they announced was The Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Definitely not watching that.
They're getting their own
And it's
side shit.
the Vision. I didn't dislike him, but I wasn't a big fan of the Vision in the movies.
Yeah, I don't know what plot they're gonna do for a miniseries to get it like really interesting, because the only interesting Vision, I don't know if you ever read it, was the Tom King Vision. That was like really
I
fucked
want to
up.
read that one.
It was just him and his family, and it was super dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna do that on Disney Plus, because
No.
all the kids are gonna want to watch it.
Yeah.
So that story's out of the question, and that's the only thing I was kind of looking forward to. Some
It's gonna
crazy
be
shit.
some robot love story with him and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I've seen that story before.
Oh, I'm Pinocchio. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that show. That out of all they mentioned, that's one of the ones that I least care about. And there are two characters I cared the least about in the show. I mean,
Yeah.
the movie. So
Yeah, exactly. Other than like seeing her use her fucking powers, I didn't care about her storyline all that
Yeah, I
much.
don't really want to watch a show about that. If I want to watch like robots and people make love, I'll watch a Bicentennial Man or some shit, you know?
They were
Or if
making
you want to
love
see
in
people
there.
make love, you'll see If Beale Street Could Talk.
call back.
That's a good movie though. I got a lot of Oscar buzz coming up.
Yeah. All right, third show announced for Disney Plus. It's untitled, but they're calling it the Falcon Winter Soldier team up series.
Not watching that one
You're
either.
not? You actually don't think so?
I'm looking forward to that one.
I don't like. First of all, Anthony Mackie, get the fuck out of
That's
here.
your boy, bro.
That's never been my
That's
boy.
your boy.
Stop being racist. That's not my. We're not all boys, okay, Orlando?
You gotta-
Jesus.
Don't we gotta support one another regardless?
Anthony, why are you saying we? Anthony Mackie. Anyways, I'm not a fan of Anthony Mackie, and I still don't like what's his name, Eric something Schreiner. I don't know. I'm butchering his name. The Winter Soldier's name,
Isn't he like San Sebastian or some shit?
Sebastian Shaw. I don't know.
Sebastian Stan? Sean?
I was
Hold on,
close.
man. We're butchering that poor guy's name. I'll look it
I've
up.
never liked him as a Winter
Wait,
Soldier
Sebastian
either.
Shaw sounds like another character. Who is that? Is that from?
Oh, he's one of the X-Men. Well, he's in X-Men. Sebastian Shaw, I think. He's
Dude, his name is Sebastian Stan.
look up
that's-
Sebastian Shaw. He's somebody in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, Sebastian Shaw was Kevin Bacon's character in X-Men.
See, I knew what I was talking about.
Karen Bane's character in what?
in X-Men First Class.
Yeah. But I've never liked this guy as Winter Soldier. Nah, you guys can have that one too.
Now I'm looking forward to it, man. Cause those two characters, out of all the side characters, are the ones that I kind of enjoy them a lot. So I'm looking, and they have very good banter between both of them. And when there's always fights, they're always together. So I'm looking forward to what happens there. And if at the end of this, does he actually become captain?
Well, technically, Captain gets passed down to both of them at one point. So
That's
Falcon
true.
becomes Cap,
Damn,
and so does Winter
Anthony
Soldier.
Mackie is Captain America.
Yeah, so-
count me out.
So think about
I'm
it. Cap,
not here for this.
So Cap dies. So
That's
it's
not
gonna
gonna
be. So they're essentially gonna be like the Cap brothers in a way, like sharing the mantle.
I don't want either one of them as Cap.
I'm okay with Sebastian with Winter Soldier, I guess, but I think Anthony Mackie will be really weird in the captain
Why is that?
because he's a terrible actor.
Oh,
You just said you like him.
Is there anything else
Character.
about him that seems off?
Huh?
Something else?
That doesn't sound American to you, huh?
Look at PC Orlando right here.
I approve.
Hey, I just went where Mike was going with.
Wait. You talking all this shit about Anthony Mackie, and you're talking shit about Orlando sticking with black people, right? And now that I'm saying I don't like him, now you decide to stick with black.
Yeah, but when I dislike him, it's fine. When you dislike him, now there's a bigger issue at play.
Now you so racist, Mike. You racist as hell.
You right?
We know where you stand, Amon. That's fine. That's cool.
A colonizer through and through, huh?
Colonizer through and through.
Are those the only shows they have though?
That's all they announced officially for Disney
I'm not
Plus.
excited about nothing.
But Hulu did their announcements. So the
That's
way,
actually a Netflix deal.
yeah, so the way Bob Iger kind of is sort of explaining it is pretty much that he sees that there's money in rated R shit. So he's thinking of keeping Deadpool rated R and greenlighting rated R shows for Hulu that are Marvel related. So they announced 4, and they're a weird fucking bunch.
I'm excited about only one of the 4.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go through them, even though we probably already know it. They got MODOK.
Nah.
Exactly. What? A show. Each of them is gonna have their own fucking show first. But by the way, they're all animated too, so don't think they're live action. So then you got Hit Monkey.
Hit Monkey sounds interesting.
I don't know. Hit Monkey's kind of weird if you don't got Deadpool in it, because isn't Deadpool and Hit Monkey like?
I've never heard of Hit Monkey. It's just a monkey ninja. Who doesn't like monkey ninja?
Oh, he was in.
I'm an anime fan, so you know what? That's why it has me. I'm an anime fan.
I see. And then you got Tigra and Dazzler.
That sounds like the worst of the worst. I'd watch MODOK before I watch Tigra and Dazzler.
Yeah.
Women? No. I'll take the talking brain.
I'll take
All a day.
And then and then you got probably the one that we're all most excited for is Howard the Duck.
I've never understood the hype behind Howard the Duck.
Well,
He's a talking duck.
it was a really bad
We got
90s
Donald.
movie.
We got Daffy. How many ducks do we need to talk?
It was
Scrooge. Come on.
Yeah, but did Daffy or Donald like fuck bitches? Like that's pretty much essentially why
Scrooge
people
was
like.
out here fucking bitches. He had a pool full of money. You can't tell me he wasn't fucking bitches.
He got nephews for damn sure. He's
What?
fucking bitches.
I'm excited for.
Wait, those would be his kids though, not his nephews.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know what kind of incestuous family you used to Orlando, but that's not how it worked on DuckTales.
He goes, he got nephews. What do you mean?
All right, let me back it up.
I'll save you,
He's using his nephews as
Stop.
as like a chick
Whatever
bait.
you're going, it's wrong.
Like, check out my money, check out my nephews. Here's my bed, and let's go.
I mean, if we've seen the intro for DuckTales, we know he don't got a bed. He just dives into the
Right
pool of
into
the
the
money.
pool of money.
That shit must hurt.
I'm looking forward to Howard the Duck. But what I would love for them to do is actually bring back Zeph Green, who did the voice of Howard the Duck.
Oh, you
in
know
Guardians.
what? I could see that happening though. What I forgot to mention
care.
actually is that all 4 are going to combine for one special, I guess
Oh
a special
my God.
movie or something, and it's going to be called Marvel's The Offenders.
Nah, you want me to watch all this shit so I can... Nah, you got me with the Defenders. Nah, not gonna get me again.
Mike,
I
Mike, that means you got to watch Tigra and Dazzler before you watch The
There's
Offenders.
no way in hell I'm watching Tiger and Dazzler.
So yeah, man, that's what they've announced so far as Hulu.
Those are very weird, strange properties to actually try to create the effect you had on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that.
It's not the
I
effect
don't
you have on
understand
Netflix. They're trying to go in a totally different direction.
No, I know,
They're-
but it's just at least you recognize the names on the Netflix characters. You know, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones,
a lot
Daredevil.
of people didn't know those people though.
Yeah, but
the only one that
but you're
people
trying to-
knew was
but you-
Daredevil because of Ben Affleck. That's
But
it.
you're trying to get the comic book fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who started watching your shows, and then everybody else started, oh, this was good, so come watch it and whatever. But there were names that you recognize, even though they were C-list heroes. You recognize those names. Like, out of all this new shit on Hulu, all you recognize is Howard the Duck. Out of all of them, and
Yeah.
MODOK. But he's a villain, so like, I don't understand what they're trying to do. You know?
Yeah, they're gonna. I don't know. They're gonna go with some weird shit. Like, remember when Starro was like part of the Justice League in DC?
No, I don't remember that at
Oh,
all.
you didn't get that far? Sorry, man. It's post metal. But anyways, so yeah, so they might be going that route. They're gonna put MODOK as like an anti-hero, and remember, it's animated, so it's gonna be comedic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They're gonna go like that. I wouldn't say the Family Guy route, but you kind of get what I'm saying. They're gonna go with that raunchy humor.
Now my problem is that how big is the budget? How big is the budget for this?
It's animated, dude. You don't
Because-
gotta go that big.
Yeah, but you don't want shitty animation either.
This is true.
So like you like Netflix has a lot of animated shows that are fucking shitty.
What if they go?
Animation.
You can have shitty you can have a good show with shitty animation though.
What's an example?
South Park.
South Park. I thought Brave and the Bold had shitty animation.
Nah, Brave and the Bold was great because it was kind of making fun of that Adam West 60s vibe.
What was that Spider-Man show? Even though it got canceled, Spectacular Spider-Man had shitty animation.
Yeah, but these are all old shows now. This is not current trend in animation.
At that time, the animation was still shitty.
Right now, the current trend is like flash animation. So you have to think about a good show now, a good shitty animation show now.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of those Cartoon Network ones that keep using that cowl art style where everyone's got big fucking teeth.
Yeah,
Everyone like
and I think you can have a good show with shitty animation. If the action's good, if the comedy's good, people are going to look past it.
I think these shows are going to be fine. Are they going to be giant hits? I don't think all of them will be that big. If anything, people are going to rush to Howard the Duck because of the nostalgia
That's
with the
the
90s.
most recognizable name.
Yeah.
They really went like Z-list for these fucking shows.
Yeah, big time Z-list. But I think that's kind of the point. I don't know. We'll see.
Trying to pull obscure characters.
Yeah. But, okay, so I'm guessing we're all kind of 50-50 on this, maybe. But
All right, so I'm assuming they're gonna drop with Howard the Duck as their first show to headline is all this.
if they're smart.
And if that show is not good, I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not going to get me with Howard the Duck. I refuse.
Okay. So
But
these Hulu
Hey,
shows...
Monkey, I'm down. I'm there for that.
So these Hulu shows aside, what do you think can come up like in the future of these? Like now that it's official that the Netflix ones are done, and obviously going to start Disney Plus, and they're going to start the shows little by little. Where do you think it'll go from here?
I mean, if these shows are a hit, they're gonna pull out every fucking Z-list person they have and stuff it down our throats.
The Hulu ones for sure, but what if the Marvel Plus ones like Loki and the other live action?
You have
ones?
to think about that. The live action ones on Disney Plus are gonna be characters that could, like you said, mentioned before, family oriented shows. People that kids could, scrolling through Hulu. Oh, yeah, I could watch this, and your parents are gonna be, what the fuck are you watching? They're gonna be okay. Like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess you don't watch that. You're not that big. But in the future, they're gonna go, I assume, gritty, right? And they're gonna do that on Hulu or if anything like that. So next year, you're probably gonna see, like we mentioned before, when you were talking about it, Pedro, they're gonna definitely go with like Ghost Rider. They're gonna go with Blade if they don't do a movie from Blade. They're gonna go in that route, and hopefully they end up doing something like that.
Hopefully they tie it in and they don't puss out like they did with the Netflix shows.
If Jeff Loeb is still in
And,
charge
and
of Marvel
Agents of
TV, it's
S.H.I.E.L.D..
not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, but logistically, trying to tie in a TV show to a movie, especially movies that are planned so far in advance, and the way they record TV shows, I kind of understand why they never did it with the Netflix shows. Even if they could have, they probably still wouldn't have done it. That shit's hard as fuck to do with just all the scheduling conflicts, especially with all the secrecy you're trying to have for the movies. It's just too much to try and do that in a cohesive way.
Yeah. And once you're adding in TV, there's just so many people in the sauce that know too much stuff. You got like interns and shit, and they're gonna tell their friends. Yeah, I agree. In terms of TV though, like I feel like the Disney Plus shows that using like Loki and Scarlet Witch, whatever, I feel like that's gonna be like its first thing to get you in the door, and then they're gonna probably just put them back onto like movies route anyway, because Scarlet Witch and Vision, that is the new Avengers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they're gonna be pretty much in the Avengers. This is gonna be a mini series. Once you're in the door, okay, maybe we'll put some Fox characters that we're not gonna use on this.
Now that you're mentioning that, I feel like this Vision and Scarlet Witch show could probably be in between Infinity War and at the end of Civil War. Because you remember, they were meeting up to hang out and shit like that. So maybe this miniseries is about them in that time period meeting up together.
So you think they went on like fucking adventures during that? I just assumed they were fucking. But
no, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some adventures they ran into while they were fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they were hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Like, So they did mention that we've been doing this for so long, and like, you know, we should like go somewhere and settle down or whatever. So I believe like if they're gonna make a show, they're gonna make a show about their little adventures they did throughout that time period hiding.
What adventures could they ain't get up to no good fucking adventures.
You know what Orlando really wants? He wants 8 episodes of If Bill Street Could Talk. Just every episode is just the lighting will be perfect and they'll just be fucking in slow motion.
Love making it. You can feel the passion, Orlando.
It'll be with emotion though, and it'll be Oscar nominated, right?
Did you guys watch the movie yet? It's a good movie.
Nah, man, definitely ain't watched that shit yet.
I'm gonna watch it. Don't worry about it.
I'm watching Umbrella Academy
that's
for
good
no reason.
That's a good show.
Oh, watch the show, guys. It's really good. Yeah, if you can't tell.
It is a good
Don't
show.
worry, guys. We're gonna review that show soon.
Yeah, that's funny that you said that they're probably just fucking for the whole time. I was trying to think of a joke where like bitch is just like, oh, I got this piece of like that I don't know what to do with and
Hardware.
Orlando, you suck at this.
hardware.
I needed some place to plug in and charge up.
Yo, Orlando, man, come on.
And
You're
then,
slacking.
and then she's like, oh, I got a place here that you can charge it up. Which do you choose?
All right, guys, this is the end of our podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. You can follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram and Facebook. We're posting a lot more comments.
The options for which do you choose were asshole and the vagina, just to let you guys know.
Yeah, so then if you want to give us any topics to talk about, you know, put it in the comments. Let us know what you want us to discuss.
Browntown.
We'll discuss anything you want, like Orlando was talking about right now. But let us know. Hope you enjoyed it. What do you think is going to happen in the future?
How do you
Of
visualize
Marvel TV?
the Marvel shows, doing?
Later.
Outro.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.